Alright, welcome back to another installment of Bit Heroes Explained. Today we are going to check out some World Boss, and of course you can go in, once you unlock it, you can go over here and you can click on the user interface and you can go to your World Boss over here. Or if you want to get some style points, you can head all the way over here. So center of town, we are heading east and we're going to go south. And look at this guy right over here. I think his name is Zarin. He's going to do open up the World Boss interface. So I'm actually going to show you a little bit more before I jump into the battle, right? Yeah, okay, out. A little bit more about it before I jump into the battle, and hopefully I can pull off a solo for you to make something worth watching. But World Boss is another bit of content. Most players are suggested to not go into World Boss until they can go into, why is that tier 5? What the hell? Oh, because I don't play on browser. Okay. Most players are suggested, new players, to not do World Boss until you hit Tier 7 because the gear is really not worth your time. You're probably going to benefit by using your energy instead of using on World Boss, is using it in your quest to get more experience and kind of catch up on the end game. So I'll actually agree with that, and I'll tell everybody, wait until Tier 7 before you start worrying about World Boss. It's not really worth your time. But we are past Tier 7. We are going to go into World Boss, and this is how we're going to do it. I'd also suggest waiting until you have a good daily bonus and other things, because they do affect it. You don't get a ton of experience through World Boss. World Boss is good as far as experience versus time played, because it's very quick in general if you have a good group and no one goes AFK. But as far as XP total, you will get more experience doing dungeons, because dungeons have these massive experience bonuses here. These are multipliers. Whereas World Boss, let's go over here, does not have any bonus. And the only bonus that it does have is item find. And it's even on top of that, it's quite small. So 50% item find is a lot less. There is no other bonuses associated with it. Why would I want to do World Boss? Well, let's show you why. So you can get some fusions from World Boss, and I've kind of talked about them separately. Some of the fusions are some of the best in game, and so for me, I use what would I use? I use Walcom. He's kind of outdated. There's better things that you can get in expeditions, but this was easy and consistent for me to get, and so this guy has helped me a ton, and he can further fuse on into other cooler things. So you get fusions, but you can also get items. Another thing I'm very interested in is getting different set items or mythic items. So you can go to the wiki, you can click on equipment, and you can click on mythic items, and it's going to show you where all these different items come from. You know, does Hysteria come from Nether Boss? That's one of the world bosses that will show. Well, I guess Netherworld is all of these guys. Orlag over here, you can see all these different items, different cosmetics and whatnot. If you want these bonuses, so if you really want, like Fish in the Barrel is one of the best in slot items. You can get this item if you start doing World Boss 8. The only downside is that it's a tier 8 item, so if you kill the tier 8 World Boss, you can get him, but you still have to tier it up. And it's a pretty involved upgrading process, but once you do get it, it's definitely worth having. It's one of the best items in slot. Magma Masher, this is one of the best tank weapons in the game. It's not the best, but it's one of the best, and a lot of people do like running it. And then Dewey Decal, if you can fit this into your build, into your neck, 5% increased damage while all other teammates are alive. Yeah, that's pretty much amazing if you can fit it into your build. So there are good mythics here, and then some of them have really cool cosmetic effects, and so that's Orlag. That's what I focus on. There's Netherworld. I'm not that familiar with these, but you can just read it for yourself on the wiki. As far as equipment, some sets only drop from World Boss, so in the same thing, you can go to the wiki, you can look at the equipment, you can look at list of set equipment, and you can come down here and see where it comes from. So if you see something cool, you're like, where is that from? This is going to show you this is the tier, and it shows you where you get it from. So these are raid 2, 3, and so on. TG is Trials or Gauntlet. So my main character here runs Polaris, which is a really strong set that you've seen me show off a lot. You can only get that from running tier 9 on Trials and Gauntlet. Of course, we're talking about World Boss in this. So World Boss O is Orlag. These are the sets that he can drop. World Boss N is Netherworld, and just since it's here, I'll talk about it. Expedition has these other sets as well, and they do see some use. Featherfall and Hellfire are used partially in combination with other sets, and they're pretty strong. Today we're going to talk about Oblit. As you saw in the Raid 6 videos, I have 2 tanks that run Oblit, and that is such a massive benefit that it's very strong, and it's worth it for a lot of people to come back here and try to farm T7 to get this. Just keep in mind that the upgrade process is pretty ridiculous. However, if you have all the gear that you currently need and you're just farming other stuff in your end game and you're just waiting for new content to come back, that is a time where you can go back to old content, farm this stuff, and kind of bring it up with you. I'm actually going to do something interesting with this, so I'll scroll down and I'll show what the benefits are for it, or maybe I'll just click it, maybe that'll go faster. Dun, 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 click. Okay. The benefits that I can get from this is, like I showed in the Raid 6 video, is teammates behind me take reduced damage, they deal increased damage, and I get a damage bonus if everybody is alive. Bringing that to the current tier 9, it's definitely one of the best sets in the game. It's just a big pain in the butt to be able to upgrade it. But the benefits are so good that players still use this, and they'll probably continue to use it in future tiers as well, just continuing to upgrade further and further. My plan, since I need to farm World Boss Orlag for other items along the way, I might as well farm this as well. And I've already got 2 pieces, so if I get 4 pieces, I can wear this. And if I don't upgrade it, my total stats will be less, and so I can actually wear this as a set in PvP. So it'll bring my total stats down to 2250, which is the maximum amount of points you can get for total stats, and I've explained that in the previous video. But at the same time, I still get these set bonuses, and if GVG comes back, it'll also be a big benefit for my team there. So if that comes up, we'll see it. There's a reset today, and I'm kind of thinking that GVG will come in, because they haven't announced Expedition, and we haven't had GVG in a while. So anyways, I think this video is supposed to be about World Boss, so let's do that. 2 different world bosses. You can join other people or you can do your own thing. This is World Boss Netherworld. I don't really mess with this that much. You can, if you want the rewards, you can see it. But this will bring you into an interface where you can have 3 total combatants. You cannot bring friends list. You cannot bring familiars. This is only people that are online, and it is in real time. And then the other one is Orlag. There's going to be 5 slots for this one, so the sets only drop from Heroic, and you get a bonus from item find on Heroic, so I'm actually going to go and pick Heroic. I'm going to keep it private because I'm going to try to solo this, and tier 7 is where I get Oblit. So there you go. Join it in here. If you're the leader, you can actually move around the room. You can invite friends if you want, so on. You can even type people in there. It takes 20 energy. And a little pro tip, if you can't see your energy, in the browser you can see your energy, but on your phone you might not be able to see your energy so well because this interface kind of blocks that out. You can actually click this. It'll bring down this tab, and then you can see this again. And a lot of times people don't understand how much energy they have left or if they're about to go out. So a little pro tip there, especially as you're waiting for this to fill up. I would also suggest going into the world chat and saying, World Boss, actually let's do this. Let's open it up to the public, and let's say, carrying World Boss Orlag 7 Heroic for free slots. Come join, and see how these players are coming in. If you are less than 3,000 stats, you probably can't do this. So players will typically kind of kick you out. I feel like I know him. If you are less than 3,000 stats, typically players will kind of kick you out, or 2.8 or so. So this guy would get kicked out in most groups. Oh, I don't know. But obviously, since I'm carrying, I don't care. I can wait longer. What is SIBO? Anyways, but here we go. So This is in real time. You'll see this little triangle kind of jumping around on people's heads. This shows whose turn it is, so we're actually waiting on him to use the skill. The best etiquette is to keep your autoplay on, so you're not holding everybody up. If it kind of gets dicey, like I feel like I'm losing too much health and I want to throw a heal on there just to make sure, I can click that. But I'm not too worried about it. We're just kind of breezing through this. Let's see. There are 3 different world bosses here. You got a purple, you got a blue, and you got a green. The green is the only one that kind of gives me any trouble if I do solo this, like we see here. And so I kind of have to either auto manual that one or just kind of keep an eye on it. The next one I will show solo, just might as well since I'm here. Summon this back up. So private, this and this. I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to get the green one just because I talked about it, and just like I did. So I have to know, to be able to do this, if you're around 4K total stats and you're a bait tank, you should be able to do this without much problem. I have to remember how my set works, so I'm wearing Polaris, so the more health I have, the more damage reduction I have, so I want to keep my health full. So I'm going to get it back up. And I'm also keeping an eye on how much enrage I'm getting. You just saw me heal myself. That's the 3rd bonus on my Polaris set. And I want to... I wanted to try to save that one, but oh well. I'm actually not going to spend the skill points. I want to keep at least one here at all times in case I have to throw a heal on myself, because damage can be kind of spiky on this. And you notice I'm just kind of building skill points. I'm building skill points, and I don't want to overcap my enrage. Enrage can come up to half of your total health. So if I get more than 750. No, it can actually, you can have rage equal to the amount of stamina you have. I have 750 stamina, so I can have 750 extra damage on the enrage. And so anyways, I want to make sure I don't overcap that and waste any damage. And you'll start to see me kind of tickling away on this, on the main boss himself. I'm not trying to kill these guys because they do so little damage that I actually want more enemies here hitting me so I can proc my defensive pet more. And the reason the green guy is more difficult is because, I think it's Orlag with a T, is because he can heal a ton. So if he's busy healing these guys like you're seeing, he's not healing himself as much. So I'm benefiting from that as well. So I kind of broke my rule. I want to keep one skill point here at all times. It's kind of annoying in the browser that when you mouse over, you kind of block your screen a little bit, but we'll deal with it. Not a big deal. So good. I'm getting those guys low. I'm getting him low. I can typically auto this down, but since I'm recording, I want to be extra safe and not make myself look like a fool and get one shot. You cannot use potions. You cannot move your character around, even if you have teammates here. And I kind of wish they would either take these away or gray them out to keep them off the screen and kind of make it a little bit more, I don't know, just better for new player experience. Dun, dun, dun. I am going to try to spike down the final boss. You did see the meaty get taken out. Any of these guys you can make through schematics, and you can make these fusions, and you can make this Orlag and the meat guy that went away. Meaty, he's actually one of like the top 10 tanks right now. So if expeditions are not available and you're still searching for a tank, you couldn't run through here, and that's one of the reasons to farm world boss. But there we go, wrapped him up. The end. Bada bing, bada boom. But you really want to wait until you have a lot of item find bonus from your daily. This is a Friday, and I should have waited until reset to film this, but I want to kind of get this done before girlfriend gets back. Let's be honest here, and just want to get these videos out of the way. So that pretty much does it. Check out the wiki. Check out the different loot that you can get. Hopefully this video wasn't crazy long, but that'll do it. Appreciate you watching. Have a good one.